and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamie and today we are going to be decluttering my kitchen. Now, I've done this a couple of times before. I've found a space where I keep my counters pretty nice and clear. It's so easy to tidy up in the morning, but right now when I open all the cupboards, I do feel stressed out. Over time, things just kind of got jumbled up. We are a family of 5 that live here. It's time to go through the cupboards and kind of reorganize and do things again. If you watched my last video of decluttering kind of the last 10% that I'm at now, I have a little system that we're going to replicate today, but because it's the kitchen, which is more of a living, breathing space in our household, we use it all the time, we cook from scratch, which is so much easier to do when it's nice and clear. It makes you want to be in here, even though it's super tiny. Like, I can reach my counters and I'm like 5 foot tall, but I think we can go that extra mile. I do possibly want to answer some questions today. The first phase of this declutter is to bring everything out. Now, all the cupboards have things jumbled up and there's a lot of things to minimize, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently because it's the kitchen. And we have so many seasonal things that I'm not using currently that I actually want to store away. And I'm going to hopefully be looking at keeping what we've only used in the past 2 months or so in the cupboards, okay? You're gonna see what I mean when we get to it, but let's get everything out first. And I'm gonna put it in the living room, so I take it out of the kitchen, which should give us a really good kind of idea, or maybe reworking a little bit where we keep things. So let's get started. So if you are new to this channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like. It really helps to support my small channel. And if you have any kitchen decluttering tips, leave them in the comments because it will seriously help anyone else that is reading, and I'll catch you down there. Oops. So I was thinking of getting rid of these, but I wasn't sure and I just accidentally broke one. That decision was made for me. That's it. Okay, let's go have a look. Okay guys, so I have kind of categorized things. I do feel like it really helps with my decision making, and it helps as well for my brain, because this is a big job when you do this. And to be honest, I didn't feel quite up for this whole thing today. I feel like I'm in a little bit of a funk. but it's also been stressing me out, this kitchen, and I need to do something. So this is my system, and let's do this. I'm going to show you what we've got on this table. Mainly just bakeware and what was under the oven, okay? Over here, these were the stuff to go through. Over here, I did most of kind of the glassware and the tableware and use most of the time. Over here, I put what we don't use very often, supplements and medicines and things there. I have all of the jars for canning once our garden might get growing. It's not a lot out there now, but I can give you like a little overgrown sneak peek. So following on from here, we do have the pots and pans, and to be honest, I do use most of these. Actually, I use all of them, and I have decluttered them to what we actually use. I do have a red one in the oven as well, but I'm being lazy now. And over here, this is mainly what was under the sink to go through, so I know that's kind of where those things belong. And then here are baking things, cutlery, anything that were in those drawers are here. Now comes the fun part. Whatever I have genuinely not used in kind of the last 2 months or so, I'm going to leave where it is. I'm going to go to each of these stations and I'm going to pull out what I have used in the past 2 months, and I'm going to add it to this dining room table, add it to our table and see what we really are using, and the rest we kind of aren't in this season. Canning things I do expect to be using very soon. That's where I kind of want to put a system in place after. So let's go through what we do use first, and then we can declutter amongst everything else, a station at a time. But before we do that, I'm going to allow myself a coffee, because I'm going to allow myself 5-10 minutes to just decompress, think about it a bit more. I usually do this. I take like a couple of minutes, I step back, I make a drink, I will go into my garden for these 5 minutes, then I'm going to come back, probably keep sipping my coffee and walk around and just look at the stuff and say, hey, I'm proud of what I've done now, but as always, we have to get it done today. And it's okay. It's possible. The reason why it's possible is because I don't do more than like a decluttering session a month, to be honest, like on average. And I set the day aside specifically for that. I don't plan to do any other work apart from making this YouTube video. I'm not podcasting today. I'm not making orders today. Actually, I did finish them up this morning before Hunter woke up, so I did take those to the post office. I have a spot in the back of my head. That hurts. Ugh. Anyway, decompress and come back and go through the stations. So I'm going to show you my final selection of the first 2 sections, okay? So first up we had all the pots on the colander. I don't have that many left, but there are a couple. And then a couple of plates. Now everything in our house is entirely mismatched. The dream is to get a new set, but we don't need it. It's a bit annoying, but we don't need it. So I'm on a no-buy year, and I am spending money in my business. So I want to keep as much as I can and find something that I actually really like. Sometimes I think I do, and then it's not quite what I want, so I'm not going to buy it. And these are my final selections. We do use a couple of other things, but I've decided to actually keep those to the side as I'm doing this. Where's my face? You want autofocus on my face? There we go. I will go back to each section and actually kind of declutter as well and find out what on earth I'm going to do with the things that I don't want to keep around. It's a process and I trust it. So that's what I kept for kind of our daily use. The pots, these cups, glasses, etc. From baking things, I kept these. Like they're what we have used in the past 2 months. I'm being nitpicky. So it looks really random, my selections, which is weird, but it's honestly what I've been using. So it's interesting. Even something this small. I have a couple of different cleaning things, obviously. I've got rid of so many sprays and stuff that we used before, and now I only use white vinegar and water in those, really, in terms of cleaning sprays. But dishwasher tablets, I'm not fuzzy about these, so I'm not recommending anything. I just get whatever's on offer. Soap, tomato feed, Hoover bags, because I have replaced it, otherwise it wouldn't be here. Laundry powder. I'd used magic eraser literally the other day for the first time to shine up my dirty sink. The pink stuff, again, I just got it to try it, and I'm using it. And then of course sponges and this little manky thing for pans. Okay, the rest I haven't actually been using lately. Okay, so now here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Now there's a few things that we have used that I've decided to leave to try and minimize a bit further. For example, our small plastic bowls. They do get used every single day, one by one. Like, it don't really matter which one it is, but only really one or so at a time. I'm currently nourishing my sourdough starter back to life in my pantry, and I'm thinking I put everything that's kind of consumable in my pantry. I just shoved it in. So if you do want to see me kind of organize that, then do drop a thumbs up in this video and let me know in the comments below, and I will actually work through my pantry. Now this is the season where I've decluttered so much that I kind of want to get organized. And there are so many things that we want to do, like we want to get back into making our water kefir properly and all these things, but we're not doing it right now. I feel like this was an interesting exercise in seeing the things that we actually are currently using and setting a little bit of a limit, like the past 2 months really helped me make easier decisions and see, hey, have we used this? Yes, we have. No, we haven't. And in the past 2 months, really, apart from like a couple of plastic bowls, again, this right here is about all we've used. I think this is why I like this process of decluttering the most, and I've tried everything, because taking things out of the room really truly gives you perspective, what things you use and what you look like, and you can really come back in and imagine things. Opening the cupboards now, every single one of them being empty. I have a tiny kitchen. It's probably gonna end up being put back similarly. I've moved things around pretty much after every declutter, and I don't know if I feel like it today, but the possibilities are endless if you don't. And I'm not one to get bins and all these fancy stuff. I wish that I did. I probably will get more organized, but again, it's spending money. I'm not in a season of doing that, so that can wait. We'll see how long it can wait, but it can wait for now. That's all that matters. It can wait for now. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab a cloth. I'm just gonna run through and wipe the cupboards. Okay, so my kitchen cupboards are all clean, and now I'm going to go to each section and I'm gonna put away the things, which will only be 1 or 2 things I think that we are absolutely not keeping. And then I'm going to put everything that's on this table back in the spaces, and then I'm gonna relook at everything else. Okay, let's start putting the things back. Now I'm going to use the space under the sink for these first, because that's easy. I know where the microwave can really only go in one space, I think, but I'm going to take everything into the kitchen and then see where we can put things. Next easy one to do would be the pots and the appliances. So I'm going to put the pots back, and I'm going to put them back like they are right now pretty much. This is not a lot of stuff to fit into my whole kitchen, but what shall we do? It's so exciting. Okay, so here I am in my bedroom with our declutter cupboard. All of this is things that I've decluttered recently. I would be going, so essentially otherwise this would be empty. So I'm going to take the 2 bags that we have decluttered already and hopefully fit them down there, fingers crossed. Anything else that we're not currently using, I'm actually going to try and see if we can fit it here and kind of keep it organized like a little store / time will tell. Inevitably, maybe we lose cutlery and all these other things. It's like a time will tell. I will probably go back and declutter through it, and I'm thinking I'm gonna put all the baking things here now as well, and then once I do get around to it, because it won't be this week, it probably won't be for the rest of this month, and maybe not even next month, I can go and grab the things that I am actually using. Now, this might seem like a lot to some, but who knows, maybe I don't end up baking this whole summer, who knows? And if so, I'm gonna see what it's like to really live with as little as possible, only things I need in my kitchen and the things that I use. This is kind of the last step where I'm making those connections and I'm willing to experiment a bit more. Okay, so I've got all my jars and lids on this side, and over here the ratani basket, the picnic basket, is kind of true time will tell things I don't expect to be using anytime soon. My blender and things for sourdough and all the other baking and canning things in here, so I know where everything is. Super easy peasy. Pretty happy with that. Now let's put everything that we have been using actually back in the cupboards. Okay, that's it apart from the sweets and medicines and supplements. This is everything that's going back in the kitchen, bar the Instant Pot, microwave and pots and pans. And right now I'm gonna put them back where they were quickly. I wasn't planning on it, but I actually have to go to get Hunter in like 5 minutes, and if this is out he's gonna be suspicious. And that toddler, when I do things just need to look pretty similar for now. Saying that, I do have a couple of things in the dishwasher. Not much from this morning, but our knife and chopping board and things. So we have a knife as well, don't worry. Okay guys, it's showtime. In here, this is what it looks like now. So I'm going to try and show you the before and after of everything. this is what this cupboard looks like. I showed you this, I think, as I was doing it. Here's the pots and pans. That looks better too. I already showed you the drawers as I was doing this. I'll pop this here for now. That's basically all our utensils and anything I can think of. Up here, we have nothing. It's empty. Same in here. All empty. And then we have, oh, forgot about this one. Needs to go in here. So even this is a big transformation. We do have like 2 bowls somewhere in the dishwasher as well. That feels a lot better. And now I have to run and get Hunter from nursery. Of course, everything is here now. I mean, it's not terrible, it's livable. But if you want to see me organize and declutter and go through this properly in my pantry, then of course, let me know. Like I said, give this a like and pop it in the comments below if you want to see me tackle the pantry or any other area next.